not make content. I don't want to do a stupid promo for his stupid Facebook live show. I don't care. It's fucking Lunchbox. He's an idiot. I don't give it. He's paying us? Like how much? Oh, really? Like, for reals? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rambling Playboy Trip Rogers, and you're watching The Lunch Hour with Lunch Pal right here on Facebook Live.
And of course, we get no viewers as soon as that no good son of a bitch, Trip Rogers, is on our screens. And if you noticed, he forgot my co-host.
I show up and I say words sometimes. Sometimes I drink a little too much and yell at the camera. Probably going to do it again tonight. What are you going to do?
And the object of her anger is going to be you, Trip Rogers. You, Blacklist Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. You, former Trip Rogers Memorial Champion. Because apparently Michael shot. Well, Mrs.
I thought Mrs. Tripp won it.
I don't know if she won it or she just jacked it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that dickhead Trip Rogers and that intro by the wonderful timekeeper can only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday night. And that means it is time for your Friday night appointment viewing on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the God knows how many edition of The Lunch Hour. I am but one half of your co-hosting duo, the handsome, humble, heavyweight side. Thank you very much. Joined as contentious, cantankerous, composite. I almost dropped the C-bomb there.
You go with the C words, and I'm like, do it. Do it. Fucking do it. You cunt. All right. Here we go.
Dead. You talk then.
I talk now?
Yeah, once I say your name, that's when you start talking.
Oh, I say hi.
You say hi.
I haven't even had that much yet. This is an 8.5, and it's huge.
It's a long drink.
Week.
Oh, God, has it been a long week? Been a long week. We're both packing sunburns, and, you know, usually we start with a song. I don't know why I didn't this time.
I was wondering. That's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah. Well,
do stuff.
You know, we took our kid to a concert last week, and we got to introduce him to those bastards in Cursed, who are bastards for the biggest reason. They don't have a fucking video for us to play.
What a bunch of fucking jerks.
I yelled at him for it, too.
Your glasses are hella crooked.
You haven't noticed that? You've just noticed that? No.
They're like literally doing this.
The legs are so fucked off to like the screws. Like one of the screws is pushed through sideways to the point where like they're askew.
How the fuck do you see like that?
Hey, at least I can see without glasses.
You gotta stop looking at me. I can't stop laughing. Okay.
So, anyway, by the way, fuck you, Craig. I see.
Oh.
So, we had a request last week in the chat. A return, as it were, of a guest who we were so happy to have. And we did such a dynamite fucking episode. I mean, it was great. We swapped stories from all over the world. And then we realized that we didn't have a good microphone yet, and the camera was over there. And even their loud, obnoxious ass, coupled with my loud, obnoxious ass, were both rather quiet. And Jen was basically fucking mumbling the whole time.
I was Shirani. As you said.
Use your words, sweetheart. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome back, fresh off of one of her many world tours. Actually, I think she was just going around the country this time.
It's part of the world.
It is part of the world.
Count.
For all the way from down under, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Madam J.
Kia ora! No, I'm not back home in New Zealand. God, I wish. Actually, no, I don't, because it's winter right now. Fuck that. I hate the cold.
No, that sounds fucking great. I'll go for you.
Is it cold over there in
because
the
the seasons are opposite. Christmas falls in the middle of summer back home.
Right, but do they, I mean, I've never been down that way. And of course, you know, whenever you see anything about that part of the world, It's either desert or tropical.
Well,
Like,
New
so-
Zealand, like where I was born, is more like the Pacific Northwest. You got to keep in mind, the next chunk of land south of us is Antarctica.
That sounds great. All of that sounds great.
Yeah. Now, Australia, where I grew up, I grew up in the desert part. My last Christmas there was 120 degrees.
That
No,
sounds
it was
awful. The beds
beautiful
are burning.
because that means, okay, we know we're going to go to the beach. We know we're going to have the Chrissy barbecue. And yeah.
The what?
The Christmas barbecue.
I wanted her to explain it.
I'm sorry.
One of the only accents I can't do. Like every time I try to impersonate Madam J, I
It's
just wind up sounding like
atrocious.
Ozzy Osbourne.
It's atrocious.
It is atrocious. Hey, I admitted to it, all right? Hey, what's going on? Mr. Campos out there. Nemo says hello to Wolfgang. Keep up the good work, you guys. Wolfie's already in bed for the night. He had a concert over Grandma and Papa's. Yeah, he fell asleep in time for us to actually almost do this on time tonight.
Oh, jeez.
No, lately, he's on this abandonment kick, man. And as soon as we're getting ready to hop out here and do our thing, all of a sudden, he's like, Mom, don't leave.
Don't leave. And I'm like, bro, where am I going to go?
Which is why when we had Jesse Jupiter Flux, I had to field that whole
That's
first hour
right. You did mention that in the show.
He panicked. And I had to stay. He was very unhappy.
Yeah, he flipped out, and then, he started to kind of nod, and then I poked my head in there, and he snapped right back up. Jen's like, dude, she's 2 hours ahead of us. Go.
Well, see, and I was an hour ahead of her because I was in Michigan visiting my sister, and we were actually coming back from the casino. It was my niece's 6th birthday, and the casino out by where my sister lives, they have this killer kids arcade, and my niece always makes out like a bandit when she goes there. And that was her birthday. We went there for dinner and that. And she's like, oh, are you going to come to the arcade with me? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the grown-ups arcade over there and donate heavily to the local tribe, which is exactly what I did. I didn't win shit.
Like you said, it's a donation. Remember, you can write
reparations.
You can write that
reparations.
Off. And like we said, that's a tax write-off. So, we could all use a few more of those.
Keep track of that.
So, Madam J, we've got people yelling in our neighborhood.
Oh, it's the kids.
Oh, it's the kids down the street. Okay, yeah, they've
got
okay. Going on.
I'm actually waiting for the kids next door to start screaming and yelling because they're in the pool.
Well, we've got these neighbors over here, and they got a pool, and a lot of them are actually champion wrestlers, and their coach is none other than former UFC light heavyweight and heavyweight champion, the legendary Daniel Cormier, out of Gilroy. So they've actually got to tour the world off it. I didn't realize because I stopped one day to talk to their mom while I was walking back and forth to another neighbor's house, and we started talking. And I was just like, yeah, what school they go to? And she's like, oh, they wrestle in Gilroy. DC's their coach. And she was like, yeah, how'd you know? And I was like, I'm an MMA fan.
One of them went to the Olympics, did they not?
Not the Olympics, but they did get to, they might have actually, but they got to go across the world.
They're very nice.
Yeah, they're very nice. They're very nice people. And you know what? It's cool. They're always very polite to my son. Always stop and chat, hang out. We used to see them. They'd be running laps up and down the block. And one of them plays some instrument or another.
That's one of the things I love about these Central Valley towns. You can end up in really good neighborhoods. I've told you about mine before. I live in a little cul-de-sac. There are more nationalities than there are houses on my street.
You've mentioned quite the eclectic group of ethnicities on your street. What do you got?
Okay, let's start from the top here. We've got Canadian, Fijian, Samoan. Those two are in one house. Portuguese, Filipino, Mexican, Lebanese, American. The house next door to me is American, Somali, Nigerian, South African, New Zealand here. We've got American next door. Oh, where the hell did that lady say? Oh, Saudi, one house up from them. Yeah, we've got a mix.
So it's not, they just dropped you off in exactly the right neighborhood there. You know, you just got your world traveling, which you already do, already just dropped into your neighborhood
Pretty
right
much.
there. So like, it was just like a taste of the rest of your life.
We had
you know?
an incident around Memorial Weekend with the Filipino house. Unfortunately, because it's two elder sisters that live there, and one of them had passed away. And when all the EMTs and all of that came around and the cops and everything, and they were like, oh my God, your neighbors are so good to the surviving sister, because she ran over to our house to get my dad to help with her sister. My dad's like, yells out to me. I go run over there. And long story short, I now know how I will react in that instance where you need to figure out ABC right now. I did everything correctly. I actually apologized for barking at my dad to call 911. And he's like, no, dude, you took control, and holy shit, I froze. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first thing is somebody has to bark, call 911, and then someone has to listen to that order. And then like you said,
I was doing right. I'm doing the CPR and all of that. I'm doing everything that I've been trained for yonks ago. And it's like, okay, well, I now know what's going to happen if I find myself thrust into that situation. Because you always wonder, am I going to freeze? Is the training that I took decades ago, is that going to kick in? And it kicked in, and I just, boom.
So you've had no refreshers?
No.
See, I figured you being you, first of all, just being the scout that you are, always being prepared, that you'd probably just be on it. And then secondly, I mean, you happen to work with a bunch of crazy ladies, one of which who sets her titties on fire, and then then there's Dana, who wraps her head up in gauze so she's blind as a bat in heels. So I mean, I figure you're always I'm
backstage manager. That was my job, to make sure, okay, you're not going to burn the venue down, you're not going to burn yourself down, so
I'm still impressed she has not injured herself tremendously yet.
Mary Kesson Eve was the one that actually raised my blood pressure, because that's the one. Oh, I've got a fire ring, and I'm like, oh God, now what is this? And it's a ring of fire that she was dancing in the middle of. Yeah, Kesson Eve is the one that sends my blood pressure up.
Yeah, I get that. Well, I mean, Starlet, you just kind of have to trust.
Well, I mean, she is a nurse.
She gives you that air of knows what she's doing. Like, even when she clearly doesn't, she always fakes it very well.
See, whereas me, I have researched the daylights out of it. At shows, I am the fire marshal for, half of us can do fire acts. I'm one of them. Half of us can do fire acts. I learned all of the fire acts. So, okay, what do I need to do in the event of shit goes south?
Well,
so you know how to put it out.
Well, I mean, rule one is always have a fire extinguisher ready.
Or the fire blanket in their case, because you just smother them and it's like, yeah, that's going out.
And of course, me being the imaginative person I am, I'm just picturing, Starlet swinging her titties around, someone else gets lit on fire, and then you just charging them with a blanket.
I mean, knock on wood, it hasn't happened yet. Cleona almost burnt down one of our venues, and actually when she said because she had the fire fans there, and one of them flew out of her hand, and I'm just seeing this in slow motion, and it's going straight for Dave Bell. I was there right next to Dave Bell with the blanket, and I was down on that thing, and it was out in seconds. But yeah, and Dave Bell's just like, dude, this is the greatest night of my life.
That naked chick almost lit me on fire. This is fucking awesome.
Well, he thought that was the greatest night of his life until a couple shows later, we actually bring him into Dust Bunny for us. He's backstage while we're all sitting here ripping shit off and putting shit on. And yes, again, thank you, MJ, for giving me permission to have him on Noose and lead him around. He was my little bitch boy.
Well, I mean,
he loved it. I mean, well, Gimp, you know.
Right, and that's the thing is, you know, she would never like that you know, that'd be like taking her paintbrush away. Like, you know, same theory. Like you said, he's the Gimp. And then secondly, like, it would have caused a really big scene had she tried. They'd still be arguing about it to this day.
Oh, God. Yeah, and that show, actually, now that I think about it, that was in 2019, that show. That's that one where you see me with the tie and that, and I just look as pleased as piss. And I've got a Gimp hanging off my shoulder. That, yeah.
Was that the one I was supposed to Dust Bunny for you for, and I was booked?
Well, we were going to have both of you.
I was going to say, because you asked me that one time, and I had forgotten, and then I had a wrestling show booked.
But we managed to get the other one, the other Dave, and yes, good times were had.
It was going to be a Dave thing. We're going to make a spectacle out of everybody.
You were going to have, for a leash, you were going to have a noose tied professionally by yours truly in under 8 seconds, but that's beside the point. Don't ask how I know how fast I can tie a noose.
Well, I mean, that just means we got to book another show. Which, I mean, if we do one out here, then I'm going to be producing anyway, so I guess I'm just going to have to Dust Bunny. So anyway, real quick, before we get too deep, because we're already 20 minutes deep, we ain't even played any fucking music yet because I went off format.
That's all right.
So,
Trip Rogers' fault.
Yeah, this is all Trip Rogers' fault.
Yeah, blame the red. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not arguing.
So let's actually go ahead and play one of your picks tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the band from Fresno, not the band from Sacramento, just so that way you can introduce them. Only because of the fact that I didn't even know that video that you shot me from Sacramento existed. So that's a worldwide debut. So that's a headline.
Popped up this week. Yeah,
6 days. So that's a headliner. So let's go with the one that's about a year. That's about a year old. The other band you requested when you're like, oh, this one or that one, and I was like,
thank you very much. I appreciate that. So without further ado, from Fresno, baddest bunch. I love these guys. They're great live. Pray for rain.
This is Death's Embrace. Right here on the lunch hour. And where are we listening to it, honey?
HighFlyRadio.com. Doesn't have the same flair to it.
You muted. I mean, I type that enough in your shows normally, but yeah. Also, real quick shout out, X at Gershok, you're not the only one that wears an auricolitis tooth on a daily basis.
It's a shark? Tooth?
Yes, when it was Megalodon's little brother about 3 million years ago.
Real quick, Anthony Chabot, is that one of yours?
No idea.
Not sure who that is. Anthony Chabot, just subbed to your channel. I'm up to 2014 in my memoirs.
Bitchin'.
Yeah. But no, that was our boys from Pray for Rain. And sadly, the singer and the guy who directed that video, Stephen Samael, is no longer since I want to say about 2017, 2018. I was in Nothing But Losers, and I loaned their drummer my floor tom because his broke. And they played, and I met their singer at the time, Steven Tyler St. Clair, and couldn't have been a nicer guy, man. That was my boy. And when they parted ways with him, I was like, man.
Well, because I
don't know how I'm going to follow these guys.
I had seen them at a couple of shows. I know, down at the other place and that. And, I mean, absolute sweethearts. And I have their sticker with, the nun. I've got that. That's on the back of my laptop right now.
That's on my wall right in front of us. And that was from the days when Saint was singing for him.
Yeah.
He was the tall chocolate man with the dreads.
Yep. Oh
Yep.
no, I know. Reese and I, we had a good time one night. We were like, oh hello. Yeah.
Well, not to break it to you, but that he prefers the company men. But
well, I mean, I'm asexual. It's like
right, so it's just
I don't
about
prefer the company of anybody.
It's just the
But it was
visual
still
view.
it was like, oh, he's pretty.
Well, and I remember him too. Like there was some time I called him the man, and he said I told him he was the man, and he said something about, well, I'm gay, so some people disagree. And my response to that was, bro, that doesn't make you any less of the man.
No.
Like hell, because the fact that you tout that shit, you beat your chest in a predominantly macho community, that makes you more of the man.
Hi,
Like-
have
like-
you ever heard of Rob Halford?
Or Freddie
Judas
Mercury.
Priest, the heavy metal god. Saint, no worries, mate.
So, but once they parted ways with him, it was like, man, like I don't know if I could follow this band. They circled back around, and they had Samael as their singer, and he was the coolest guy. As a matter of fact, I BS'd with him a few times there, and then at Full Circle in Fresno, he showed up, and I remember I walked out the first Rock and Wrestling show. I played and commentated.
Oh wow.
So like yeah, I did the first match with no face paint on, real quick, hurled my shit on stage, played my set, and then just did the rest of the show in face paint. Like I wanted to go back there and wash it off like really good, and then be like, and then just be like, who the fuck was that guy? Like,
right.
But I couldn't. The thing about it is, I have such a notable voice that you know what? It's funny. I was at Dollar Tree today, merchandising, doing my usual job. I was stocking the coolers. I was talking to a customer while I was doing it, and all of a sudden I just hear from behind him. I was like, man, I'd recognize that voice from 1,000 miles away. And it's my brother-in-law, Joe. And
oh no.
So I finished stocking, and I walked over because Jenna was with him in the store, and I walked over and was like, you recognize that voice from 1,000 miles away because it's the only voice you'd hear from 1,000 miles away. Unless you were involved, because you're one of the only people I know that's as loud as I.
They can actually keep up with you, yeah. I mean, that's how we were introduced. Starlet and Reese turned me to you and said, okay, what you are to the losers, this is for the bunnies. This is our mouthpiece.
Right, here's our resident loudmouth. Y'all be loudmouths at each other for a little bit so us quiet people can have some peace. And they promptly took the fuck off and just let us just yell at each other for 20 minutes.
They probably did.
No, they did. They dipped. As soon as you and me started going back and forth, they dipped for like 10 minutes and then came back before you noticed. The only reason I noticed is because they were standing behind you when they about faced you at me, and then they took off, and then they came back because they needed a drink. And
I was just about to say, it's like, okay, knowing Starlet, she's all like, okay, the bar's back over there.
Well, we were standing by the bar when they introduced us, and then they took off to go do some bunny shit, and then came back for another drink, and then you spotted them. And I had to go stage up, so, I just passed you back.
Well, and I believe, was that the one where the bunnies were performing in between sets and I was emceeing the bunnies? Or was that another one? No, that was before.
No, that was not. You were not actually performing that night. You were just in attendance.
Yep. No, I know which one. Okay, no, okay. I know exactly what it was. Yeah, because that's when You Could Get It actually came up to me afterwards. The Bunny's resident drag queen came up to me afterwards, de-dragged, and is like, oh my God, please tell me you're available on Sundays because we would love you. And I'm like, oh shit, my job, I work Sundays. Otherwise, it was like, hey, we would love you to do MC Sunday brunches. And I'm like, shh, I'd rather do that than what I actually do for a living. Hell yeah.
Now, do we call Yuka a drag queen, drag king? Because I know
Yuka is a drag queen.
Yuka, I was unsure because Yuka presents across the board. Like if there's another level to non-binary, that's you can get it. And I mean, and you know, like Yuka was in full male mode when I first
Well,
met
so was Yuka.
them.
Well, so was with me.
Well, and so I was introduced at that when we did the Halloween party at Starlet's. Now is when I finally met You Could Get It. And, you know, stuck my hand out, you know, gave the handshake. Hey, Lunchbox, nice to meet you. And Yuka looks me up and down and goes, do they call you Lunchbox because you're such a snack? To which I'm just like, you know what? You can't be making an old man blush like that. That's not fucking fair.
I absolutely love Yuka. I mean, all of the bunnies.
4 costume changes at a fucking Halloween party.
Hi.
4.
I got to fulfill that was 1 gallon of fake blood that Shama and I dumped on Yuka when she did her carry bit. That made me happy.
I'm just saying. That was when I was like, you know what, Starlet, you got to take a back seat as my favorite burlesque performer because Yuka did 4 acts at that Bungalow Bunnies party where I was JoJo. 4. And this is just a fucking backyard party.
I'm not even sad.
Where we had the cops called, and then Starlet answered the door, and the cops are like, "Fuck, man, why weren't we invited to this party?" Somebody bitched about the noise, but we don't care. Have fun, guys.
Yeah, that was when Starlet was in the nun costume.
No us, barely, and I'm flat chested compared to Starlet, and barely, you know, it was cut. So that nothing was left to the imagination.
Yeah, the cops were just like, hey, like, we wish we could come hang out, but we can't. Like, we just got a noise complaint. How much longer do y'all have? And they were like, oh, well, we got a 30-minute band set. We'll be back in 45 just to
remind you that we got a noise complaint. We never saw the cops again.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Cops pull that stuff. Hey man, we got told y'all are loud, so we're telling you to shut up, but we don't really want you to, because actually, like there have been times I was doing band practice and cops would pull up and they'd stand there in the driveway and rock out. You know, we'd finish the song, then we'd stop, look at their clock, and be like, look, man, you got till 10 till we have to make you shut up. Like, do you got like 2 more songs that you can do in 10 minutes? Yeah. Cool, it sounds good. I'm going to sit in my car over here and just wait. And if you shut the garage at 10 o'clock, we'll let it go. All right. Look.
Well, I mean, and it was a weekend too. So it's like, you know, a little bit of wiggle room there. God, that was a fun night. That was a fun night.
I had a blast and I left early.
Yeah.
So, you know, circling back, because, you know, our interview got chopped off last time.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get into becoming the madam for the Bungalow Bunnies? Like, let's talk about that. Like for those of you who don't know, Bungalow Bunnies are a burlesque troupe. You know, half-naked chicks, you know, the art of the tease. If you don't know what burlesque is, check it out. It's basically, you know, strippers that could be on TV, on network television, would be the best way to describe it.
Barely.
Once again, they could be.
Yeah, barely.
You know, after 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Except on El Rey, where they show titties after 9.
Man. Okay, so the madam, we got to go back a ways. Let's see, 30 years. I worked as a dominatrix in a rave in Honolulu called The Dungeon. I was actually the first thing they saw when they came in through the gates. And I had this one bunch of Marines. They would come down from Kaneohe all the time. And I always like, okay, there's my boys. Oh, there's my victim. They always brought the latest transplant to the islands that showed up thinking he was effing Rambo and gave him to me to play with. I was having an off night if by stroke number 2 he wasn't screaming, bleeding, or begging for mercy.
Or some combination thereof.
Right. Stroke 2. I had a cat of nine tails kept in a bucket of ice water, reserved just for this guy, whatever one they brought me. And they paid me well to tone Rambo down and remind him that, no, I'm sorry, you are not. Yeah. Because they sit there and like, yeah, you're not going to hurt it. And then they flex. And I'm like, yes, please. Thank you.
Right. Bring that blood to the surface, buddy.
Right. Come to mama.
Right. Expose those nerves.
And I told you the other one too about the guy that I went and took the razor blade to his back it did about an 8x10 scar art reproduction of the ukiyo-e painting The Wave, and the tip that I got afterwards because he loved it. $4,000. That's how I paid my way through college.
See, and this is one of those moments that I realize I have no skills in life outside of my mouth. We got people out here like you that, and later on we'll delve into what else you really got in your back pocket. Like I said, save that, before, because I know how you get down. You will spew all of it,
Oh yeah.
like you will make Jessa Jupiter Flux look quiet.
You should have seen me. Okay, this is not what the wall behind me actually looks like. It's boring ass beige crap. I'm like, no, not happening today. You should have seen me figuring out which of my artwork I wanted to put up here. And I was giving myself a headache, and I'm like, no, to hell with it. Just put the swath of fabric up, throw up the, flag of the motherland, and we're done. Because I was going to go full-blown art gallery behind me.
Well, your favorite wrestler tends to do the same thing whenever he guests on anything I do. The King Fat Boy Papa Wesco, it's always whenever he's guested in Puerto Rican flag.
I love him.
He came down when I was Santa Claus in Patterson.
Oh my God.
Like he lived around the corner, and he was just like, hey man, like, you still there? I just woke up from a nap. And then he came down, we took some pictures, and then we sat down and we chopped it up. And I'll tell you in post show, I got plans for the champ.
Oh,
I got plans for the champ. He took a break, found his way, and he's back.
I'm intrigued.
So, but we'll get to that.
Hey,
anyway,
he's the reason I will actually come to a show, a wrestling match.
I can't believe it's not.
I am not a wrestling fan.
I can't believe it's not my tremendous voice or the ability or the chance
I
to make
arm candy for you down in that one show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Papa Wesco was there, so.
Well, yeah, that was why.
But that being said, so anyway, dominatrix, in Hawaii. But how does that translate into? Okay, well now I'm going to host burlesque shows.
Okay, so I have been in theater in some way, shape, or form since I was 6 years old. I am going to be 51 in a week. So I've been doing this for a while. I was at a club one night. This was not the rave, not the dungeon. I was at a club, and there was a burlesque troupe there, and they were like, oh, dude, we're down somebody. And I'm all like, well, if you've got some electrical tape. I was much more nimble back then. If I tried to pull that stunt now, I'd be in traction forever. But I just jumped in and filled in. And that is actually how Cleona got signed onto the bunnies. And then I basically came with her. I was like the next show, I was at their show
And where
for the Bungalow Bunnies.
Well, and where was this?
Oh God, this was in Stockton. When I first did it was back in Hawaii.
That was when you first.
That's
got
what I
roped
first
in?
like. Oh, okay, burlesque. Yes, I know what that is, and yeah. This was the '90s. I think I did. Oh God, it was Black by Pearl Jam.
Oh, I love that.
That's what I did my number 2.
Still trying to find out what number we can get Jen to do a burlesque song to.
None of them. None of them.
Yeah. And that was actually right as grunge was coming in and just taking over the world. But yeah, I had heard Black. And this was actually before that they did the MTV Unplugged. And that version is even more rip your heart out. But yeah.
They're unplugged this much
It
better than
is.
the actual album.
Their
It's
Unplugged is
phenomenal.
tremendous. But you know what? Almost everybody's Unplugged is better than their albums.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Alice in Chains, great as their albums are, their Unplugged is fucking tremendous.
Their unplugged was great because Jerry.
On my one of my playlists, I have Scorpions Unplugged in Athens. And it's Wind of Change. And he brings out Morton Harkett of Aha to sing with him, and the two of them together, it's phenomenal. I have that on like 3 different playlists because it's just so beautifully done.
I was gonna say Jen's gonna go ahead and pull like get that pulled up so we can have that on a playlist tomorrow, or as soon as we aren't on air. And
Yeah.
it'll get kicked off. It'll get kicked off.
I'm not playing it now. I'm just finding it.
I'm just warning
Come on
you.
now.
I can see you wanting to play that right now. How many times have we been like, wait,
Yes.
that exists? We gotta play.
Oh
this
no,
song.
that's me.
No.
Oh no, that's like me. But you know, I'm not broadcasting or anything, so it's all like, okay, where am I finding it? Boom, added.
Now here's the thing: if I were just doing Pirate Flag exclusives, like if I wasn't recording to YouTube, then I can play whatever the fuck I want. We're a radio station where we have fair
Right.
use. You know. Now
Right.
that being said, like I couldn't tell you how many times because Mike Vanek and I have that Rating the Vault thing, and I'm an administrator for Sounds of the Underground. I couldn't tell you how many mornings I'll wake up after he does the sounds, where I get notification after notification. Your video has been muted. Your video has been changed. Your video has been zucked. Your video has
30
been
minutes to get your cue.
Right. You have 30 minutes to fucking knock this off, or someone's gonna show up at your door and break your leg.
I was watching something. It was Will Wheaton podcast. He was going on about how they're so worried about getting dinged, and it's just insane. I was actually watching something about that like a week or so ago.
So my intro music,
Uh-huh.
which is an unreleased, only heard by me, Jen, whoever watches or guests on the show, and the man who wrote it, Liam from Timekeeper.
Yeah.
I get notices over that, even though it is unreleased. Like, I asked him, do you have something that's 2 to 3 minutes long I can do as bumper music? And he was like, yep, got you. Send it to me right on site.
Okay.
I actually have new countdown music for next week.
Well, because they were going on about, because on the show that I was talking about, they were going on about how it's just trolls that go in there and file these things and how to like get around it because of what have you. And I was like, oh my goodness, you know, but it is what it is.
Well, see, here's the good news with mine, and we'll actually go ahead and use that to segue in. The thing is what I'm allowed to do is I share monetization rights. I make no money off this. I do this for 3 reasons. 1, I love to talk. 2, I get to right. That's a shocker there. 2, it's a chance for me and Jen to spend some quality time where we're not looking at our phones. We're not, you know, where we actually have to have conversations with either.
And you're not being parents.
Right. Where we either get to have conversations with each other or guests like yourself who are nice enough to come and hang out with us on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And 3, fuck it. Like,
why not?
Pirate Flag Radio went over our numbers today. We had 1,200 listeners last month.
Oh, wow.
And a big uptick in that came from the Jessa Flux episode.
No, really?
You know what? That's the thing. Most of the shows on Pirate Flag Radio, which are all tremendous shows, Sounds from the Underground, Mike Bannock, you know, Transmission in Exile with Trainwreck, Moose Trainwreck Roberts, Fuzzkill with Carrie C. Allen, all the other great shows we have out there on Pirate Flag Radio. That's pirateflagradio.com for those of you, you know, Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern Seaboard time. That's 8 o'clock Pacific. They don't do interviews. They don't do talk shows. They just play music.
Right.
You know, but I am the variety show. Like Jen and I have created this really fun variety talk show where we happen to add music in. You know,
right. And unless I took the muscle relaxer because work was too much, you know damn well I'm in there in the chat bullshitting.
Hey, where are the cats?
I've got the door closed. They're outside raising hell somewhere. Because if I had that door open, we wouldn't be having this conversation because I would be, get out of it, you little shit. Don't do that. You know, quit tearing up the bloody furniture.
What are you talking about? Tenzing would be in your lap purring at this dulcet
sound. No. Tenzi would be actually behind the laptop, actually playing with the thing on my light here, the cord on my light. His brother Eddie would be tearing up the furniture. And I'm actually using the guest room right now. So
speaking of tearing up furniture, here's a song you can tear up some furniture to. We met the guitar player from this band last week. Came out with one of our friends to the show. Brad, real nice guy. I was thoroughly enjoyed meeting this guy. Cool guy. And they just released this album about 3 weeks ago. And so I guess it's another worldwide baby. Worldwide. You know what? We are just that big a platform. We are the show that everybody comes to. When you want your show heard by like 18 people, and you know you need 18 more listeners for your band on Spotify, you throw it to us, and we will get it on pirateflagradio.com. So check this out right now. This is Titan Rage, and I have questions about this song that I have to ask this motherfucker. This is Full Dark, No Stars. You're hearing it for the first time right here on the Lunch Hour. On what website again?
Pirate Flag Radio.
Full dark, no stars. I will take you away from me. With all the pains of reality. This tempted to finality. It takes a memory straight to me. Stretches of pain have kept it to me. Where will I see you again? Where will I see you again? This chapter to finality. I feel you wanting and breaking me. Awaiting moments of grace with me. You are the best of us. You are the best of me. You are everything to me. You are everything to me. Every single fucking day. Every single fucking day. You are everything to me. You are everything to me. Every single fucking day. We will continue away from me. We will the pains of reality. The king of memory strangle me. Stretches the pain at me. Bring you back to
There aren't any promises, nothing's certain. Only that some get called, some get saved. A new beginning. We're all gonna die. The only question is how you check up. Do you want it on your feet? Or on your fucking knees?
Damn.
Titan Rage with Full Dark, No Stars on Pirate Flag Radio. Damn. That's
Okay,
solid.
so that spoken word bit in the middle cemented it for me. That reminded me of back in the day, Living Color, Cult of Personality. Just bam, loud in your throat. And I was like, holy.
I was impressed. We're actually going to play them on one of the nights where I just looked at Jen and was like, I can't do it. Like, I don't have the pop. I don't feel like hosting and entertaining. And you know damn well if I say
Oh,
that,
damn.
I'm burnt. Like yeah. You know what? I was this close today.
No, I
had
know.
a
We were
really
talking
fucked up-
about it earlier. Both of us have had long weeks.
I had a real I've had a long week and I had a really fucked off start to the day. I woke up 30 minutes before my alarm today, which my alarm goes off.
Oh God.
And just kind of in one of those like, man, I don't want to go to work. Like I fell asleep last night. My knee was swollen and hurting. I you know, like Jen went out to have a cigarette after a shower and I just crashed.
I came back and you were
With my knee propped up, laying on my bed. Like I didn't even get in sleeping position. I was just like, I woke up with my legs still up on the pillows. Like, and you know, and then my help at Walmart today when I had a 700 case load was an hour and a half late.
right in the shin.
And bitchy.
Damn.
Right in the shin.
19-year-old kid, good kid, great kid. But he has 19-year-old kid tendencies and he gets bitchy and emotional. And he was in one of those modes where I'm just like, man, all right, you stay back here and you do backstock. And
Is he emo?
he is not an emo kid.
Is he very upset that you saw my
He didn't even know who they were.
Ah,
He might have knew who they were.
children, all of them.
Like no, actually, he's pretty versed in music, like, and like older stuff. Like we were talking about, his dad is 5-6 years older than me.
Oh God,
Yeah,
no.
like his dad's
No.
5-6 years older than me. So, like when we were saying we were going to see AC/DC, he thought his dad might be
Oh
going.
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Cool. That's fucking cool. Child.
Yeah, it's fetus. 'Cause I've got some change on you guys, so I'm like, good Lord.
It's my 29th birthday coming up.
Your 29th birthday on Wednesday. What day? What day is your
I'm the 12th.
12th?
Ah, it's my dad's birthday.
Madam J shares birthday these days.
A lot of people are born on that day for some
Yeah, I'm 51.
reason. 29. You are 29 also.
No, embrace that number. I almost didn't see 7.
I almost didn't see one or 2. I died twice.
So did I, actually.
Not at all, yeah.
Funny thing.
We gotta quit dying.
Yeah, I know.
Stop doing that. Don't die. What's the thing I tell you people when you leave the house?
What do you mean by?
Don't die.
Well, the meningitis in my case was
You-
hell-bent and determined to
You're
take
dying.
me. But
Spinal
pneumococcal,
meningitis?
yes.
I had that when I was just past
Uh-huh. Yeah.
2. Like that was death number 2.
Oh,
I
dear
died of
Lord.
crib death.
No, I
Yep.
flatlined
Yep.
twice during with the meningitis.
I don't know if I flatlined twice, but I was legally dead for 3 minutes on 2 occasions before I hit 3 years old. So like, my
You got me
joke.
beat. I was only 6.
Well, my joke whenever anybody wants to talk shit is like, motherfucker, crib death couldn't kill me. It has a 96% mortality rate. I'm in a 4 percentile. Fuck off.
Well, see, with mine, it's like, I'm like, hey, and I've got brain damage, and I've got the MRI scans to prove it, because meningitis, that did a number on me.
They told my parents that I was going to lose 80% of my brain capacity from it.
Maybe you did.
Maybe I did. Maybe
It was, well, I mean, in my case, I was either going to be blind, deaf, mute, or brain capacities, bye-bye.
Well, you're
And I
certainly
came out
not-
of it crystal clear. And
I was
then
gonna
puberty hit, and my eyesight said, peace, it's been nice knowing you.
Well, I mean, you're a little blind. I mean, we could see the spectacles. You don't seem overly deaf because you seem to hear us.
Oh, no, I can hear. Oh, no. I hear like a damn dog. I hear
So-
stuff most people can't hear.
And you're certainly as fuck not mute.
Mm. Although I did teach myself sign language when I was a kid for the hell of it. And it has come in handy.
I was gonna say it's a good skill to have. I wish I knew it better. So let's go ahead. Speaking of which, we talk about diminished brain capacity. You also hold how many biology degrees? 3. 3 biology degrees, which makes you overly qualified to dissect this next thing I'm about to bust out. Ladies and gentlemen, what would a lunch hour be without at least one, and tonight we've got 2, fun death facts from the lovely Ellie Von Grimm.
Wife of the show.
Wife of the
show.
So let's go ahead. Wife of the show, yes. Because that's Jen's wife. Well, and so, like, Ellie likes to remind me very regularly, this is our wife. Not my wife, our wife. And apparently Wolfie is all of our son.
Look at my stepson.
Did she? I thought she just said our son.
Our son.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the new death fact, which I'm going to go ahead and play for you, and then we'll dissect it a little bit, and then Madam J had a surprise for us.
I came prepared today.
Well, let's go with the new one first. Here we go.
Fun death fact. Science is proving that we have about 7 minutes of brain activity after death. Supposedly the consciousness is gone, and these are just firings. But could it be that we are aware that we're dead?
I don't like it.
You don't like any of them.
No, I don't.
No,
I don't like it.
You know what? Mostly it was the last couple that have gotten dead.
I thought that whole 7 thing was like you were playing like your life flashing before your eyes, all that shit.
Right,
and I prefer to think of it that way, not like I know I'm dying for 7 whole fucking minutes. That's too long. Cut my head.
See, I remember I was actually talking to my great grandmother, who had passed away 2 months before I got sick. And it was probably during that time is when they were sitting there trying to get me back to life. When I had the meningitis. I remember talking to my great grandmother with her very, very thick, you could cut it with a knife, Slovak accent.
And what was she saying to you in these moments?
Something along the lines of, you can't come with me. You have stuff to do.
Did you get whacked with a spoon?
No. Oh no. My great grandmother, she didn't come after me. She went after my dad. And half of his brothers, because they never knew when to shut up. She'd be sitting there, all I think 4.5 feet of her, because I remember she was real tiny. But no, she had passed away 2 months before I had the meningitis, and when I was in hospital, and I was out for a long time. Because I was in hospital for 10 days, but I was like unconscious, like comatose or whatever, for a good solid 24 hours. And I remember talking to her. That may have been when they were sitting there actually, that might have been that 7 minutes when they were actually sitting there trying to revive my ass.
So, all right then. So, do you have any scientific theory on this one, or is this? It
is possibly okay for this one. So, the fact that your brain is still firing on all cylinders, that makes sense because the breakdown hasn't started. You just died. It hasn't. The deterioration, the breakdown of the body hasn't started. The electrical impulses are still going. And that's why some people, when they die, you can see like the occasional, if their eyes are closed, you can see like the occasional eye twitch sort of thing. It's like the twitching when you cut the chicken's head off. sort of thing, and it's still running around. It's along those lines. The nervous impulses is probably what that's referring to, because they can still be registered.
Well, I mean, I get that. That's the nervous impulses, but you just spoke of an existential
Now
moment.
that I
where
have
you-
no explanation for.
Wow.
And I have thought about it. I've read about, near-death experience and all of that other stuff. I am going to assume that it was my brain trying to comfort me. I don't know. But my brain was also really sick at the time.
So that's different though, because logically to me, your brain starts putting two and two together, and trying to put things, trying to make things make sense. And if you're dead, it's trying desperately to figure out.
Well, because the human brain, perfect example. A lot of first responders will tell you this. If they respond to a really absolutely abhorrently horrific scene, when they go to recall it years later, everything is muted. They literally can't remember the coloring. They might not hear the sound. Some of them, and then some of them they remember in graphic detail. That is your brain sitting there trying to compartmentalize that for your sanity's sake. So your brain does shit without you having any say in it.
I don't think that's very nice.
So it's most likely related to whatever response that is.
It's a trauma response.
Right.
Okay, almost like repressed memory type thing.
Possibly.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and let Jen pee real quick.
Okay.
So, all right, and now one of the other things that you've stated you were going to do is break down some of these death facts. Now, I wish you'd have brought this up to me beforehand because I would have hunted it down. So we'll wait because Jen was very interested in that one. But you being, I guess if Ellie's the wife of the show, you're the sister-in-law.
Ellie, if you're watching,
She's
honey,
not.
If she watches this back, you want some science behind your death facts? Hit me up, girl. I got you.
Well, see, here was the thing. I didn't realize you meant you were going to break down past death facts. So the reason I got that one where it was more scientific, at least in her explanation of it, was the fact that I had told her that you had said you were going to break some down. So I had tried to get us a couple more, but she's an adult kind of, and she's busy too.
No,
so
I know.
only got us that one. But no, when she showed up last week, I was like, okay, here's what Madam J said her plan is. So I wanted to go, and I mean, if you want to start giving a scientific breakdown, I'll start fucking DMing you the death facts when I get them.
Why not? Like I said, and we can chat with Ellie about this one. If we want to do the scientific breakdown afterwards, I'll gladly, put on my Dr. Madam J. I wish.
All right, so we'll go ahead and talk about the one we don't have a video for. A while back, Ellie made the statement that when cremated.
No.
Wait, no.
This was the song.
No, I'm sorry.
During autopsies.
During autopsy.
When they are cutting open the skull with the saw, it smells of corn chips. Now, nobody could figure out why that was. Meanwhile, I'm in chat. I'm typing away merrily like a lunatic.
I've been waiting for this shit.
This is the mineral apatite. Apatite, however you pronounce it. This is a calcium-based mineral. I have a rock and mineral collection because I'm that nerd. When it's ingested in your body as a form of calcium, it combines with This stuff, the hydrogen peroxide that the human body already makes, it becomes hydroxyapatite. Now, when you die, it starts separating. The hydrogen peroxide starts breaking this and all of the other minerals in your bones down. The sawing action, it's heating up because of friction. That's where the corn chip smell's coming from, because it's speeding up that deterioration process. It's basically cooking the bone. And it just happens to smell like corn chips.
I very much want to smell this for myself. I want to know personally what it smells like.
I DM'd that dopey bitch right now and was like, hey!
Look at my wife like that.
Shut up, you dopey bitch!
You and your crooked fucking glasses.
Hey, listen here, you dopey bitches with my crooked fucking glasses, alright?
So logically that makes sense. Things are happening. Things are unhappening, I guess.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Right. This is under chemistry.
Never good at chemistry.
Because the hydroxyapatite that your body uses, that's the stuff you've heard of. You've got cells that break down your bone, and you got other ones that come in behind it and lay down new bone. The bones in your body are no more than 20 years old. Right. Osteoblast, osteoclast. I can give a whole whiteboard science lecture on all of this. Well, they use the hydroxy.
Well, say that, but I do have a whiteboard.
So do I. They use the hydroxyapatite to lay down the new bone.
So if
you're sawing through it, you're generating heat with the friction, and voila, corn chips. Yeah.
Hydroxyapatite sounds like a fucking diet pill.
Like a diet.
I know it
All I can
sounds.
think of is
That's like.
Can't get rid of that.
You should have seen
Sorry,
me
go ahead.
because I took a couple of geology courses just because I am fascinated by all of the earth sciences. I went into marine science, sharks specifically. That's what my education, that's what my 3 pieces of paper are for. But I also, astronomy, I go nuts. Geology, I go nuts. All of it. The earth sciences, if I don't know it, I know where to find it.
All right. Adam J coming with that knowledge and heat. All right, check it. Let's go ahead and play another song. And then I have the other death fact for you to break down.
Break down like your body when it dies.
So,
Well,
all right,
different breakdown in this case, but num.
Hey, we're gonna break it down one way or the other. All right. So, as stated in the intro to the show, we took Wolfie to a concert last week at 1870 Brewing Co. thrown by Hexart Promotions, and while not overly well attended, it was a good lineup. Like, it was actually a really good lineup. Of course, we mentioned our boys in Curse, those cats from 24 Gore. Great band.
He loved 24 Gore and he was very upset to have to leave during this.
Carry On Cathedral, tremendous experimental rap kind of DJ thing that Riv uses a lot for his shows. And this band right here, who it was cool to see some new metal. Like, it was really cool to see some new metal. And Wolfie, like, we took him to the show. We didn't, sometimes he'll go to a show and 10 minutes in, he's like, I want to go home. Like, I'm done. No, he jacked Mom's phone and he said he's going to film everybody. He's the videographer tonight.
He killed off all of the space on my giant spaced phone. I had to take off apps so he could take his videos. Yeah.
And he absolutely fell in love with this band. And they were nice enough. After the show, they asked him his name on mic, and, when he told him, my name's Wolfgang. They're like, Wolfgang, right on, Wolfie, we love it. And, so he was all a fanboy. So it was great.
You mean he didn't throw out Lunchables?
And he did eventually tell them that his name is Lunchable.
I fucking love that.
No, the best part about that was we did that wrestling show in LB, and we almost died on the way home. Like, straight up. The trailer we borrowed to haul the ring was too small, and it had walls on it, so anytime we hit the first freeway on the way home from Fresno, and we started fishtailing. And luckily, the captain of the Cristo de Manzana was driving, and he knows how to drive a trailer, and he was like, bro, we're taking back roads. So what should have been about an hour and 5-minute trip became a 2.5 hour trip. We showed up. We were supposed to be back at the venue by 12:30. We got there at 2:52, and the doors opened at 4.
Both of you looked like you'd seen some shit when you got out of the truck.
And to be fair, Wolfie was a trooper through the hall. He never got scared. He never freaked out. Me and Carlos were up there like thinking we were going to die.
Government named him.
I government named him on that shit. So, I hop out the truck while it's still moving. And Carlos, you're leading the ring crew. You are on stage with me. And then when Wolfie was like, Dad, I want to be the commentator. I was like, buddy, we just stared death in the face for the last 2 hours. Here's your microphone. Don't embarrass me. And he did an admirable job. I've worked with worse.
No. That rock and wrestling show you did down right around the corner from your house. And I saw him, and that's when I first heard him. The first time he's sitting there going on about Lunchables, I was talking with Jen. I was like, God damn, that apple didn't fall far from that tree, did it?
Well, and that was the thing is, so after the first couple of matches when he helped me call it, because like I said, I was just like, buddy, here's your microphone. Do me proud. And he did a tremendous job. He still needs to work on staying relevant and whatnot. But, I liked when people be getting hit by multiple blows and he'd be like, that's inappropriate. And,
He's what, 6, right?
Mrs. Tripp. Yeah.
I was, okay. That's impressive for 6.
He was only 5.
Yeah, I know.
So, Mrs. Tripp, our photographer and the wife of our Blacklist Pro Wrestling champion, the guy, the dickhead who did the intro for this show, looked at me and goes, okay, so is he snack pack or is he Lunchable? I looked at him and go, buddy, what's your nickname? Are you snack pack or are you Lunchable? You're Lunchbox and I'm Lunchable. He's Lunchable. Yep. So anyway, he told these guys he was Lunchable, and they told him they loved it, and they went ahead and gifted him their set list, which is in his room to this day. The guitar player is also in Diversity of One.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so, you know what? I was really, really impressed by this band. Had a great time watching them. And I'm not sure if it's LBS or if it's pounds. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the new metal stylings of the one and only Gentlemen of Tragedy. And you're listening to it right now on Pirate Flag Radio. It's the lunch hour, baby.
Time to settle the score. The 10,000 brown fingers when you fall down at all.
Very nice.
Those are our new friends, Gentlemen of Tragedy with Pounds.
Friends of the show.
Friends of the show.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did tell them I was going to play them this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So
We keep our word here.
well, no, and that's one of the things I want to start doing is going to more shows just so I can snatch people to play. Because, you know, I was realizing we were getting on a cycle there, and Gershok Alive, you know, gave us some real. I mean, first of all, I can't believe we never played Cyberpuss before.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
You know, but Dark Watch was really fun. Nox. I forgot the next word. They're really cool, and then their new video was great. And Corpuscle. Those guys were a lot of fun. So I mean, it's really cool to reach out and get new music to play from bands I'm not even overly familiar with, except like I know who Cyborg Octopus is. Those guys have been great forever.
That video was fun.
They didn't even buy the car.
They didn't buy the car. They just
They took off with it.
They just took it. Oh my god! Why did you let me drink this much?
I don't want to hear you.
Oh, dear.
This is your fault. Okay. Anyway.
Hey, I've been sitting here drinking iced coffee all night, and I got a little extra in this one, so I'm still going strong.
Lord, I had a coffee from Starbucks. I like Starbucks. Fucking sue me. I don't know. And then I went to the gas station because I needed gas, and then I bought something that was not the normal Starbucks can of coffee. It was like an energy something or other. You're gonna have to fix your glasses.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna just take them off. All right. Like I don't need to hear your bullshit anymore.
But I was like wired to the fucking guild.
Wired for sound, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I made the mistake of grabbing one of those
Thanks.
Starbucks energy drinks once, and I was like, someone had plugged me into and turned me up to 11.
For once tonight, like
That's pretty late.
Like I pulled just under 60 this week. Like I don't know, my short day was 10s of change.
Right in the shin. Right in the shin. But anyway.
So that being said, all right, we got one more death fact from Adam J to dissect. And this is last week's death fact that made Jen super uncomfortable.
I don't like when they pertain to me. It makes me upset. It doesn't make me
Fun death fact. This one is just a running theory with scientists. But if you happen to be left-handed, chances are that you had a twin that you ate or absorbed in utero. And if you didn't happen to eat said twin, they come out as a mirror twin. So they're right-handed, that kind of stuff.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You know what? First of all, I want to say, you dopey bitch. Next time, wait till you get home to record that one. Like, don't get me wrong. The fact I was like, hey, it's a death episode, hit me with an onslaught. And she was like, okay, which usually means I'll get back to you in an hour, maybe a day. Nah, this bitch had 3 for me back to back to back while she's driving home from work. Now, that being said, could you not record for this super professional podcast? Super professional.
That's why we're.
Yeah,
While your impact alarm is going off.
Don't die. Then you will be the death fact.
So, the theory
Probably.
about if you are left-handed, you most likely had a twin in utero that you cannibalized is related to similar theories along with conjoined twinning as well as parasitic twinning. It only happens in monozygotic twins, meaning one egg, one sperm, it splits. You got your typical. That's your identical twins. It also happens very early in the cellular division when the cells are breaking apart and that, and sometimes they split all the way, sometimes they not quite. Possible for the left-handed one is when it does split, it's not quite all the way, and whatever one is slightly stronger is basically going to absorb that shit back in. So don't worry, Jen. You were only a little clump of cells when you cannibalized your twin, according to theory.
Okay, so it's not like I'm gonna
No, you didn't have, you didn't have all 10 fingers and toes and like, oh, I'm gonna, I've got the munchies. It wasn't that. Yeah.
Okay. I don't feel as bad about that. So, about like twins that do exist all the way out into the world.
Uh-huh.
Would that not be like there'd be a left-handed twin and a right-handed twin?
That is what she said about the mirror twins. There are twins. One is, identical twins. One is left-handed, one is right-handed. Usually, monozygotic twins are the same. They will be either both left-handed or both right-handed. Again, this is just a theory about, they're trying to figure out why does left-handedness exist. Because humans are not the only animals that show a preference for a side. There are plenty of other animals that they have a dominant hand and less dominant, or whatever.
Does this only exist in primates?
No. It exists. There have been documented cases. It's mammals for sure. But there has been signs of it in reptiles, amphibians.
They got hands too,
Basically tetrapods, anything with 4 limbs.
See, that was my next question. Was like, I was gonna be like, oh, so there's no left-handed lizards out there, and she just shattered that. Like,
sorry,
left-handed lizards.
That's fabulous.
Well, because I've got twin cousins. They're both right-handed. Identical twins. They're graduating, they're finishing high school early to join the Cleveland Ballet Company. These girls have been in ballet since they were little, and I'm just floored. I'm so proud of my cousins Paige and Elise. Yeah, awesome. I was like, wow, somebody in this family aspiring to something other than just existing.
And by the way, Jen is not the only left-handed member of the show. I'm left-handed too.
It's so funny because, like, in my family, my immediate family, my parents, me and my sister, my mom and my sister were the lefties. My father and I were the right-handed. So when we were traveling and stuff, and you're sitting down to, in those little tiny tables in restaurants, it's like, okay, the lefties on that side, the righties on this side.
My dad used to pull that shit on me too. Like, wait a minute, like we need to, because being as I eat left-handed, it was always, hey, let's do this so we're not getting into each other. You sit on the inside, or you sit on the outside, and now the funny thing is though I'm technically left-handed, I write left-handed, I eat left-handed. Everything else I do right-handed.
Well, it's funny because my sister's quite ambidextrous as well. Actually, her husband, and her daughter are all lefties.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, that's the crazy thing. Jen and I are both left-handed. Jen's parents are both left-handed, which we thought explained why Jen was left-handed.
Who knows?
And Wolfgang is right-handed. Little weird bastard.
Most of my family is left-handed. My grandmother was left-handed, and she was born in the 1920s, so they broke her of it, and she's been right-handed. Well, she had been
Well, it's
right-handed
funny-
ever since.
She's
She's not
still,
anymore.
she's
but-
still right-handed
Because
up there.
in school, like in Australia and New Zealand, they don't sit there and try to get you to write with your right hand. They teach you how to write with your left hand and how it doesn't smear.
See, that's the hard part. That shit always smeared. I grew up with fucking, pen streaks on my fucking
Yeah.
fingers.
I did
No, they,
No.
I mean, my sister and my mom, they both write with their left hands and it doesn't smear, but they were also taught a way to write for left-handed people.
I got taught the proper way when I was in 7th or 8th grade. Once I had Mr. Wood's English class, but it was too late. It was too late, and plus, fuck him. Like,
I write. If it smears, it smears. I don't give a shit.
Well, it's funny because, like I said, my sister does a lot of things quite ambidextrous. I was jealous of that as a kid, and I was trying like hell. When I'm doing art, I can be ambidextrous. That's literally it. Everything else is like that's there for decoration.
I do like 3 things right-handed.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's only because that's how that works.
Uh-huh.
Scissors, I can't cut because no one does that. I can bat right-handed.
Oh.
Because I think that's.
Oh my. Okay, so my sister had when I was visiting her a couple of weeks ago, she's got a universal can opener. It doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed, you can use this damn thing. Me trying to figure out how the hell does this thing work? And she was like, yeah. Well, hers, it goes on the top. And I'm like, how?
I don't understand.
It broke my brain.
See,
she was laughing at me.
was it you who I saw doing the cans on the top, so I started doing it?
No, you just randomly started doing that. So it wasn't for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Peel left-handed. So, I mean, but no, that's the weird thing about me. Like I said, I drum
Yeah, I know.
right-handed. Completely. I was saying, I figure you'd notice that because Aaron's a left-handed drummer. And so when I take to his kit, I do it right-handed. He would even ask me, "Aren't you left-handed?" Yes. Why do you drum right-handed? I don't fucking know. That's how I learned how to drum. But like I said, when I write, eat, or if I do combat sports, like if I box, kickbox, do karate, wrestle, I do that as a southpaw. Everything else, I throw right-handed. I bat right-handed. I always wondered if I stuck the guitar in your hand, would you play it right-handed?
No.
One of the things that I've noticed just through observation through life, again, because I've been a science nerd for as long as I can remember, is a lot of lefties do have the tendency for ambidextrous, not because they're forced to, in classes or whatever, to do things this way. It's just how they adapt.
Well, I mean, it's when you get handed. My choir teacher, he is a lifelong musician. The first instrument he learned how to play was drum. And when his dad handed him sticks, he handed them to him straightforward. So he handed them to him right-handed. So Miss Freya learned how to drum right-handed. Does everything else left-handed. He plays piano left-handed, plays guitar left-handed.
Wait, how do you play piano left-handed?
It's the hand that plays the more complicated notes. You lead with it.
Yeah. So when he plays the lower, that's why he plays a lot of like book stuff really, really well.
Something. This is an educational show.
There are
Very educated.
piano exercises. These were developed, I want to say post World War II for musicians who were maimed or what have you. And that was their world before they got drafted into. There are exercises that are specific left-handed and right-handed, and it's two totally different sounding things.
Yes.
I know because I've tried them. For the hell of it.
It's your left hand, like you said, more complex,
Right.
more heavy. As a drummer, if you ever watch me on a kit, you'll see me switch. Like I'll play certain parts right-handed, I'll play certain parts left-handed. 9 times out of 10, that's show related. Like it's
well, see, and then I was just gonna say that because, like, to the audience, it's like, oh, okay, here's a, pardon the pun, handy motherfucker. He can, what have you.
Yeah, but on the other scope of things, where I learned how to do that was when I started being like, well, I'm a lefty. I should learn these. I should learn these things left-handed, because I always used to joke with Aaron that he cheated. You know, because you're not crossing your hands. He plays.
Yeah,
like
I know.
He doesn't
That's
play on
that always.
hand.
That's how I caught on that he was left-handed. I'm like, he's not crossing.
Right. So he plays left-handed on a right-handed kit. So I always joked that he didn't have to take that extra millisecond to uncross his arms. So they're
That's Aaron's life hack.
So
saving time.
So there, that does sound like something to say too. So there are times that I would do it to emulate him, and also just to, okay, well, when I go for the cymbals or whatnot, I don't have to bring my arms across. I don't have to uncross myself. I just have to go from here to there.
Right.
And so, but I cannot do a perfect snare pop left-handed. I can't do it. I've tried a million times. I cannot pull that off.
Interesting. But you learned how to play right-handed, though, right? That's.
Completely.
I'm thinking that's possibly just your brain's just wired. It's like, no, dude, don't try to spice things up. Just do it this way.
Well, the way I learned was by watching other drummers, and you know, that's the thing, is like in watching like Wolfie play and whatnot. I think back to when I first started learning how to drum, and how it was more along the lines of, I didn't learn by playing, I learned by watching. So the natural motion, you know,
right.
So when I tried to work it like this, it felt wrong. So, but as I adapted and became a better drummer, I started being like, okay, well, I can do this part left-handed. I could do that part left-handed. I could, you know, so it became, okay, if this is more comfortable in this way, do it. Or like you said, it's the handy motherfucker thing. You know, when you see me doing this, and then I bring it around and do this, and then do a stick throw and then come back.
Right.
Like, people are like, oh, that's so cool. And it's like, nah, honestly, it's just this part's easier, that part's easier, you know.
Right.
One's easier this way, one's easier that way.
And it goes back to, like I said, a lot of the left-handed people I know do have tendency to do things ambidextrously. Right-handed people, dude, we try. Because we're jealous and we watch you guys do it, and we're like, oh, no, they can't be the only one. We can't.
Well, and like you said, I think it's more about adaptability. It's, as a left-hander, on average, the world's not created for you.
No, because the dominant part of the population is right-handed. Left-handed makes up a small percentage of the population.
Correct.
You know, so the world is designed for the more dominant, you know, group. In this case, those of us who didn't cannibalize our twins in utero. Maybe.
Well, which, once again, then we go back to, you know, Jen is fully left-handed almost. You know, whereas I am, at worst, semi-ambidextrous, at best, totally ambidextrous.
Yeah.
So,
well, no, I do know people who they're very limited in what they can do with their right hand, who are left-handed.
I can't write.
Most of them, they're at least partially ambidextrous.
I would say I can't write left-handed, and I play sports poorly left-handed. But I can do it.
So this is actually how I cottoned on that my brother-in-law and my niece are left-handed. I posted pictures. You saw my sister lives on acreage. You know, she lives in a Norman Rockwell painting. We were playing golf in her backyard. It was night. They had the glow in the dark balls, and I haven't belted a golf ball in like 25, 30 years. And I was imitating them, and then I realized later, I was like, wait, I'm right-handed. They're all left-handed. Because I was facing in the same direction. I was leading with my left hand, and I was like, no, I know I can hit golf balls better than this.
Right, you were doing what they were doing because, like,
it's just because I hadn't done it in so long. And whereas my sister, she's in a golfing league, and you know they go out golfing all the time. I mean, like I said, it's been about 25, 30 years since the last time I went and belted some golf balls around.
I can't imagine hitting golf balls in our backyard. We would immediately hit a fence or the neighbors.
And the funny thing is, we didn't even get remotely near the property line.
See, I was going to say Mark and Marcy would just hit that.
Yeah, but like we'd take out their windows if we made it over the fence.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, we killed their rabbit. We didn't kill the dog.
No, I mean my sister's place. It was like, the only thing literally keeping me from moving out in that area is the fact that when they get winter, they get winter. You know, she is smack in the middle of Michigan, right north of Lansing.
Oh, that shit! No.
Improvement to know that it's not.
Absolutely not. I mean, in summer it's beautiful. The fireflies come out at night. I was running around with my 6-year-old niece like a little child chasing fireflies.
I was so confused when you posted that. I'm like, do we have fireflies here?
Technically, you know, I looked it up. Technically, California, there are species of fireflies. They're a type of beetle, but they're nowhere near as luminous. Once you get to the Rockies, that's it.
Well, I remember.
But there are species.
We got off
out
the plane.
here.
We got off the plane in Oklahoma, and we were driving down the Muskogee Turnpike, and we pulled over to have a cigarette. And the fireflies came out, and Jen was just like, "Oh my god!"
I was so confused. I'm like, "Am I seeing things that I have?" Like,
no,
what is happening?
It's
fireflies.
It's like magic. I know.
Yes.
To everybody see, I only ever got to see them when we went to go visit my dad's side of the family. He's from just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And you know, I grew up Australia, Hawaii. I've lived over half of my life actually up here in Northern California. Whenever I see them, I have that childlike wonder of, holy shit, these things are cool as hell. I mean, I was chasing around with my 6-year-old niece. My 5-year-old great niece. I was at their house one evening, and we were sitting out in the backyard, and you could see them starting to pop up from the grass and that. And I go into the childlike wonder again because they're so bright. And she's like, "I'll catch you one. I'll catch one for you." And she did. And then because I was taking pictures of it, and then when I was sitting there, she went and caught fireflies for me. My nephew's like, "Dude, she's mortally terrified of the damn things." And I'm like, video says otherwise. No, she's like, "I'm going to catch one for Auntie." It was the first time I'd ever met this kid. And I'm like, this is my little spirit animal. I'm not comfortable around young children. You know,
Really?
Kids are weird.
no. I am not comfortable around kids.
Really? Because you know, when we first started talking about doing the whole like reading stories and whatnot.
Okay, that's different. I don't have to be around kids to do that. I will gladly, because it's the performer in me. I will gladly do audiobooks for children. Absolutely no problem. Just I don't like interacting with them very much.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because my great niece, she just turned 5 in June, and I was like, if I had ever had a kid, this is the kid I would have wanted to have. She is a holy terror. I absolutely adore her. I'm like, okay, all of my witch-looking jewelry, I'm willing to this kid.
Mm-hmm.
My nephew's like, please do not corrupt my daughter. I'm like, dude, too late.
It's your job.
Right. It's like, I corrupted you. I corrupted your brother. I got to wait until your sister's a little older before I can corrupt her. Because there's almost a 22-year age gap between kid number 2 and kid number 3.
Wow.
Yeah. Kid number 3 was, whoa, that was not supposed to happen. We are eternally grateful that it did. But, and yeah, so my niece, her nephew is a year older than her, and her niece is a year younger. So
that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
It was really fun. And like I said, with my great niece, Leilani, she's this cute little, adorable little, because my oldest nephew's Hawaiian mix. His wife's Mexican. Their daughter came out looking like straight from China.
Wolfie looked Japanese.
Yeah, he doesn't anymore, but
She still looks, well, this is just it. She still looks Chinese. But she's got curly hair. And she's just the most adorable little thing. And I'm all like, this one I'm taking under my wing. Like I did with her uncle, Derek. Of my sister's 3 kids, the middle child. I know you're not supposed to say you have favorites, but they're not mine, so I can say I have a favorite.
You can have favorites.
Well, the middle child is another brainiac like me. And he's a smartass on top of it.
So he's just like you.
Oh, no. We were talking, and he was going on about the Yelpska show that I went and produced a couple years back over at Splash. He was like, I was so jealous that you got to meet. I'm like, dude, I've been friends with Yelpska for years. And he's like, oh, if only. And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, I can arrange a meeting. It's not hard.
Have they ever been out here?
What's that?
Have they ever been out here?
When they were kids, my nephews had. My niece, she hasn't been yet. They never, I mean, they were in Florida for a family wedding the week before I showed up. But my brother-in-law at 6'5" is not a big fan of flying. That boy's got legs for days. He's one of the few human beings that I'm like, oh, so this is what it feels like for the rest of the female population. He's one of the few that I'm like, oh, okay. But he's not a big fan of flying. Plus, too, they got goals. They can pay off their house in another 2 years, and they will no more mortgage. And yeah, you saw the pictures of the property. It's 5 acres, 2 barns, all this other. I'm like, God damn. If it wasn't for winter, I'd be buying real estate out there.
Well, maybe you need to figure it out. Buy one here. You got yours there. You got yours here. Buy one there, and then you could be like the $1 million man.
Do the snowbird thing. That was another thing I was thinking of because I can retire. I'm eligible to retire in 2 years. Actually, I can retire right now, but to retire at the full pension, hold out for 2 more years.
I imagine it's a little cheaper to live out there. Just a little.
It is absurdly cheaper to live out there.
Absurdly.
I mean, if I hibernate
Gas
here,
was $2.99 a gallon. Okay,
a two in front
There's
of the
a
gas
two.
price.
$2.99 a gallon. I damn near had a heart attack when I saw that. I'm like, I think it was still 19 something, 90 something the last time I saw a $2 gas price here in California.
The last time we saw a 2 here was in the. Actually, we saw it back in 2017, 2018. But the last time prior to that, I remember, was when we all knew it was going to hit $5 a gallon the next day. And then in 2008, all of a sudden it plummeted.
I got up and tried to get gas next door to our apartment, and I was like, I came back and I was like, oh my God, gas is so cheap. What the fuck happened? That was the weirdest thing ever.
No, I mean, yeah.
Like otherwise we're just gonna hang out. We're already in an hour 55, and I've agreed we cut off.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of it.
I've agreed we cut off at 2. So this last band was a pick by yours truly. Go ahead and tell us who you picked, why you picked them, and then I will go on my tirade because this band deserves a tirade. Adriana Madrid, hello, is that one of yours?
Yeah, that's mi hermana mexicana.
You hermana mexicana?
That's my best buddy.
Well, thank you for being here, Adriana. We appreciate it. So go ahead and tell us who this last band is, why you picked them, and then, like I said, I'll go on that long tirade because, damn it, this band deserves that tirade.
Well, my intro might rival your tirade. Titan are killing it. Ryan Titan is doing all the things, and they're doing it all right. Everything they touch is gold. They are doing the work. They are putting in the effort. They are crisp. They are loud. They're fantastic. I definitely follow their channel, which is how I'm the one that discovered the video that we're about to find out, and Lunchbox did not know it existed. It's 6 days old.
6 days, you're slipping.
Dude, that's how busy I am. You know what? But because you keep up with the Almighty Titan, or as you like to call them, Titbin.
Makes me happy.
You know, Titbin over here. You know, I've been a big fan forever. Ryan did Talking Shop with the Boss of the Box with us. Funny story, he's actually from fucking Stevens.
Really?
Yes.
People live in Stevens?
Like, no, one of the funny things was when Pagano dragged us into that group chat, and then me and him had to, like, go aside and talk about it. I'm calling him from a 916 number, and he lives in Sacramento. He's calling me from the 209 number.
Traded places.
Yeah. Ryan is one of the nicest guys, the most driven cats I've ever met. The guy has business savvy, networking skills. Yeah, networking skills, or as I like to refer to him, the little man from Titan, because he's all of 5'3.5". And next week they do their, I want to say, 4th annual Titan Fest. And this one is going to be Sacramento exclusive. Last year, we had the privilege of playing the Manteca date. They did 3. They did Sacramento, Manteca, and Fresno. Sacramento sold out at almost 400 people. These guys are doing the work, guys and gal, because that sweetheart of a bass player, let me tell you something. She took selfies with Wolfie when they played for me in Los Banos, and I asked her if she could send them to me. Gave me her, what's your number, and sent them straight away. I've still got them. I've never posted them, but it was super cute. Man, Ryan, David, Daisy.
They are all absolutely sweet, sweet human beings. And yeah, they're killing it.
And I cannot sing the praises of Titan high enough. All right. Thursday, August 7th, free day. They've got School Rock music from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Friday, August 8th, doors at 2 p.m. First act, 3:50 p.m. They have Titan, South Six, Ezra, Amber's Wake, Everglade, A Dream About Home, Beauty's Betrayal, Enemy of Fate Official, Dog Giza, Trachea Band, Cold Flame, Caved In, Kill the Martyr, A Moment's Notice, On Water, Dark Watch, Never Bloom, One More Problem, Desolus, Petroglyph, Seaside Massacre, Manzanita Death March, Shared Cars, Bleak Machine, Beauty in Death, Butane, and with collaborations from Breakdown King, which is Jay Mueller. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Titan is doing the damn thing. And like you said, doing it so well. I cannot wish enough good fortune on these guys. Titan Fest, you know what? I might find a way
do not know why they're known worldwide. I don't know why they're world famous already.
Well, I mean, if they're on this show, they're worldwide.
Yeah, they're on this show, worldwide. Worldwide debut. This is the worldwide debut of this brand new song. And you know what? We didn't buy our tickets to Creep.
Maybe.
You want an excuse to go to Sacramento?
You know, I was thinking about Sacramento today and how it's been a really long time. Where is the show in Sacramento?
Log Off Ruin.
I don't know where that is. Doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, we don't have Lompoc the 23rd, so if we were gonna pull the once a month, hey, in-laws, take your grandbaby. Take this thing. Take this thing. You know, maybe we could do that and show up at Tippin Fest. No, wait, no, because that's Titan Fest. They don't spell it.
That's true. It is Titan Fest.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, real quick before we come back and say our goodbyes and good nights, here it is. Worldwide debut, The Death Experience, from our best friends and yours outside of Gershok.
Oh, dear.
Everybody.
You can have more than one. It's fine.
Right, we don't use that sort of language anymore. It's The Death Experience by Titan on the lunch hour. Pirate Flag
Lyric
Radio.
video.
I love lyric videos.
I wasn't ready for that ending.
Worldwide.
No.
Worldwide debut, man. Titan, I cannot say enough. I will never be able to say enough.
Not you and me both, mate.
What a great band. What a great group of people. Everything they're working for, all the success, everything they're doing, man. Tight.
Exactly.
So, shit, man. Well, we're at the 2 hour and 2 minute mark. So, hey, I have as much time as I want, but...
Yeah, I know.
But, you know, I did wake up at 3:30 this morning. So, Madam J, where can the public find you and all the shenanigans that you're shenaniganizing out there?
The Instagram is xmadam_jx. I did have a page on the Book of Face, but that never really took off, so whatever. Anyway, right now it's getting my stuff together. Let's see where we are with the girls. Splash is our usual haunt, you know. Starlet, Dixie, some of them, they're out there, they're performing. Follow under Bungalow Bunnies on all social medias. You'll find out where our girls are. Yeah, we're out there. We're doing the dirt. We're doing the work.
Doing the damn thing. So, you know, Madam J, it's always a pleasure. I'm glad you requested to come hang out. Whether we stay topical or whether we just wind up getting drunk and hanging out like we do.
Yeah, sideways.
You know, it's my pleasure. I'm sorry we weren't willing to host you in person tonight.
Dude, you actually saved me such a headache of logistics headache. No joke, because it is a bit of a haul from my place to yours.
Well, and the laundry pile's 4 feet high right now.
Oh, so is mine.
Yeah, the laundry pile's 4 feet high. My short day this week was 11 and a half hours. You know, this weekend's going to be about barbecuing, SummerSlam. You want to come talk some shit about wrestling? Come on down.
I've got one more week of work, and then I'm off for Happy Birthday is Me.
Well, but just a warning shot to everybody out there. There will be probably no live lunch hour next Friday night.
We could probably throw some content. Go to the boardwalk because I love Santa Cruz.
It's Jen's birthday on Wednesday. She'll be 29.
29.
Hey, Jen. See that? This is my birthday present to myself. This is a slice of palisite meteorite. They're very rare. There are only about 5% of meteorite falls on Earth. They are iron nickel meteorites with peridot crystals in them. Our birthstone is older than our planet. Our birthstone can form in space.
I feel older than our planet
sometimes. So, and the revving has started out there.
That's starting out. Yeah, so they're gearing up to go racing right behind my house.
Yep, they're starting it out here. You can hear it. So once again, we are the Lunch Hour Show. That is the Lunch Hour Show on Facebook. I guess we should do an Instagram for this bitch. Huh?
Maybe social.
So, you know, you can find us on the Lunch Hour Show on Facebook, the Lunch Hour on YouTube. Search my government name, Dave Ussery, would be the best way to find it.
It's not even your government name.
Shut up. And you can always find us on www.pirateflagradio.com, 11 p.m. Eastern Seaboard, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturday evenings. We're locked and loaded for another 2 weeks. Like, I don't even think that. So either way, kid just popped out. We're gonna go ahead and end the live.
Okay, well, hey, whenever you're like, dude, we need a body, my Fridays are usually free.
You got it. If we need it, Madam J will be here on Friday evenings. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and end the live stream. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see y'all next time. Maybe next Friday, maybe Saturday. We don't know yet. So I got some guests lined up. So take it easy.
All right, have a good
See y'all
one.
then.
Sleep sweet. Thank you for tuning in.